What's going on, traders? Welcome to another weekly Forex forecast. And if this is your first time to my channel and you want to try to grow your trading account and learn more about supply and demand, start now by hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of my videos. Alright guys, I hope everybody had a great trading week last week. I think this week we are going to see some big moves in the US dollar. As you can see on the COT reports here, they got rid of 1,986 shorts, and they actually got rid of some longs as well. Nothing too crazy. They still are majority 67% short to 33% long. But if you look, I don't know how long you've been watching my videos, but if you want, you can go back and watch some of my weekly Forex forecasts. And we talked about this monthly demand zone here and also this weekly demand zone inside of it here. And I know most of you guys aren't really looking at the higher time frames, but this is very important to know that we are reacting off of here, and I've expected this. I've been talking about it for quite a long time. We've had this daily momentum shift, this break of this downward trend line, and the break of this supply, but I wasn't too keen on buying the US dollar yet. But as you can see, we've had a nice 4-hour momentum shift. Now we have a nice trend line up, multiple 4-hour zones broken. Right here, we actually turned sideways according to the supply and demand methodology at the break of this zone right there, but we broke this zone again. Now we have a continuation of the uptrend with a new 4-hour demand forming, and right now we are reacting off of this 4-hour demand zone right here, as you can see. But we are testing, like, you know, the fourth time, maybe almost fifth time if you want to count that. So I very much do expect this 4-hour demand zone to be broken. Going down to the 1 hour, we have this nice 1-hour demand zone right here. That's right at this 4-hour demand zone. So to the upside, I'm definitely expecting the US dollar to start rallying. So in my opinion, I'm going to be looking for buys next week on the US dollar. You know, looking at whatever pair offers me the best setup. But one thing to keep in mind is this daily supply right here. Yes, it is tested, but that does not mean that we won't see a reaction here. So when hopefully, you know, Monday morning or, you know, maybe early Tuesday, we can get a nice, maybe we'll have a nice push up, nice pull back down to here, and then, you know, for a nice rally up to here. So it won't be, I'm not looking for a super big move, because looking at the weekly time frame here, there is some room to go to the upside, but you know, we will have to break this daily supply first, and there's more quality daily supply right here at the 91.8 area right up here. So keep that in mind. I am going to be start looking for buys on the US dollar, even though I've only been looking for shorts recently, and you know, I'm pretty excited to see how far the US dollar can rally. All right, looking at the EURUSD reports, they added 3,900 longs, and they actually got rid of 8,900 short positions, and which actually increased their overall percentage from long to short from 73% to 76%. And if you look at the chart here, this daily zone has been broken, so you're going to see me update my zone here. So basically, I take my tool like that, I change it to the proper one that I have, delete that big zone, and now we have a zone right here. This is a little bit of a tricky one. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to draw it like this for now. I want to see how exactly this, you know, how far this comes down. But, you know, to me, it's pretty clear that we are seeing a momentum shift, and you could actually probably draw a zone up here. I'm going to go into more detail with that later after I make this video. I just don't want to take up too much of your time updating the zones, but clearly we're seeing some sort of momentum shift happen on the daily, kind of the opposite of the US dollar. If you look on the weekly chart, my target, if I do get in short here on the euro, my target is this weekly area of demand right here. And then, you know what, I might even start buying down here based on what the COT reports are showing me. And on the 4-hour, very nice momentum shift as well. I would really, you know, I don't mind shorting this zone right up here. I might actually take a stab at that. It's a little tricky. It's not the greatest zone, but you know, if you let's look at the 1 hour actually first. Yeah, there's a 1 hour zone here, which I prefer to enter on the 1 hour. But since this 1 hour zone is, you see how this 1 hour zone is basically meshing with that 4 hour zone? well, then that means, in my opinion, from my experience and what I have tested, I would much rather take this 4-hour zone altogether like this, something like that, with targets all the way down here, hopefully. So, this 4-hour zone definitely on my radar. We are coming up to this 4-hour demand right here, which I do not expect to hold. It's been tested one time already. But as far as the daily time frame goes, we do not have demand till down here. So to me, that's a short right there. I'm not telling you to take it. This is not financial advice. I'm just telling you that I'm super interested in taking that short right now. Yeah, so that's what I'm seeing on the euro dollar. All right, looking at Aussie US dollar, the call report showed that they didn't really mess with their longs too much, but they actually got rid of 8,000 short positions, which is kind of weird. I mean, I don't really know how to take that. I'm kind of expecting a move down to this daily zone because the daily is still on an uptrend on this pair. We are up at this weekly area of supply up here that has been broken now. I will update that later. And if you look at the 4-hour, we're having a nice momentum shift on the 4-hour, but this daily hasn't been broken yet, so I'm not super interested. And how I pick my pair to trade when I'm trading the dollar, right? If you look at the euro, this daily zone's been broken. So to me, since this is my highest time frame, the daily has been broken, I'd much rather short the euro US dollar instead of the Aussie US dollar based on the fact that my daily is still on an uptrend on this pair. It might not matter that much, but to me, those little details can definitely make a difference. Go to the 1-hour, there's not much going on right here. We are reacting off of this 1-hour demand right here. So if anything, I would wait for this 4-hour to get short. But like I said, I'm not super interested in shorting the Aussie dollar right now. All right, on to GBPUSD. If you look at the call reports, they actually added 12,400 longs, and they actually added some shorts as well, which makes me kind of think that they're going to be holding up price here because, their overall percentage isn't crazy. On the pound, it's 58% long to 42% short. As you can see, this daily uptrend is still holding. So, if I'm going to be buying the US dollar, the pound really isn't on my radar for that reason. Looking at the 4-hour, we had a nice 4-hour zone right here. I talked about it in the Discord group. I was kind of interested in getting long for a quick trade, but the US dollar wasn't, I wasn't really super pumped about it based on the fact that it was getting strong. We almost had a reaction here. I never ended up messing with this trade. I'm glad I didn't. We have this 4-hour zone to me is still holding. This is just an emotional candle down. So to me, this 4-hour zone is still holding until it's fully broken. So not really interested in messing around with the pound right now. We'll go to the 1-hour real quick. Not much happening on the 1-hour as well. Yeah, I'm just not super. So far, the euro is really the only pair that I'm super interested in taking a trade in because everything on these charts isn't looking great to me based on the fact that this daily, the daily still hasn't had a momentum shift to the downside yet. So still waiting for that. All right, looking at USDJPY, they got rid of 5,600 longs, and they actually got rid of 5,300 shorts as well. They are 83% short right now, and as you can see right here, there has been this daily momentum shift right here. I'm going to draw it out for you guys right now with the break of this downward trend line and also the break of this significant supply zone. So in my opinion, this pair is looking pretty decent for possibly going long on the US dollar. As you can see, this 4-hour zone has been holding right now. So actually what I would really, really like to see would be for something like this to happen where this zone breaks, creates a new supply zone right here. Since I know this zone is significant, I know that the zone that broke that zone would be significant. So maybe get a break of that zone, and whatever zone broke this zone would be very important, and then maybe we could get a long setup right there. But until then, I'm not really interested in this because the 4-hour is sideways, whereas the euro, it is not sideways. So I would have to see, something like I just showed you, or maybe a break of this zone, buying like that, something like that. But as of now, this one is on my radar based on the fact that we have seen a daily momentum shift, unlike the USDCAD or the pound or the Aussie dollar. Okay, looking at USDCAD, they actually added 4,200 longs and 1,800 shorts, which now they are 58% short to 42% long on the pair. We still have not seen, a break of this downward momentum on the daily time frame, so I'm not, super. It's kind of like all the other pairs except for the euro. I'm not super interested in this just yet on the daily time because of the daily time frame. On the 4-hour, we've seen a couple momentum shifts take place right here. Now this is significant supply right here on the 4-hour. And right now we are still reacting. I do not consider this a break. I consider that an emotional candle. So that is not a break in my books. So I would have to see that be broken first. But I'm not really interested in the USDCAD right now based on the fact that the daily is still not holding, or it's still still to the downside. So I'm not super interested in trading this pair. I'd much rather stick to the euro for now. But midweek we could see the US dollar start to rally even further, which could create maybe something like this on the USD CAD where we come up here, break this zone, and then we might get a pullback to a 4-hour zone. But as of now, not really interested in this pair. Okay, looking at USDCHF, their overall short percentage went from 68% to 71% short, with the adage of 3,000 long or short, and a couple 400 longs as well. Looking at the daily time frame, there has been this shift right here at the break of this downward trend line. So I will draw a zone like that right there. I'm not putting too much weight on this daily supply, but if you look at the 4-hour, we have seen a very nice momentum shift on this 4-hour time frame going to the 1-hour. There has been some removal of some zones as well. We are in this 1-hour supply right here. As far as going long in the US dollar, this is not really on my radar based on the fact that we're already at this higher time frame supply. So it's really not. I prefer the euro or JPY over all of them, but this is what I'm showing you on the USD Swiss. The higher time frames are actually more clear, but as far as these lower time frames like the 4-hour and the daily, it's pretty clear that in my opinion, I don't like this. I'm just not a fan of it right now. All right, looking at gold, the COT reports show that they actually got rid of a significant amount of longs, 36,000. But it's really not that significant considering that their overall percentage is so high with 313,000 long positions. But looking at the chart, we are reacting off of this monthly time frame here, which maybe a lot of you guys don't even go out that far, but it is important. Looking at the daily time frame, we had this momentum shift here, but we are in this this daily area of demand as well. Still reacting off of it. This is still not broken in my books. Looking at the weekly, there's not much going on as well. It's kind of a tough call. Looking at the 4-hour, though, we have this little downward trend line right here. Not super great. As far as gold goes, to me, it's still a buy. I'm very bullish gold, but right now on the chart, I'm not really seeing much going on that I like. I would have to see a nice 4-hour momentum shift in this daily demand for me to start going long on gold. All right, looking at oil, their overall long percentage still remains at 81% long. In the past 2 weeks, the week before they added 28,000 longs, but also 20,000 shorts. But this week they added more longs and actually got rid of some shorts. And with that being said, if you look at the chart, my two top charts, the monthly and the weekly, we are coming up to these areas. So I am expecting some profit taking. Looking at the daily time frame, the trend is still holding. I don't really see much demand right here. You do have something right here, but I do not have that drawn out just yet. If you look at the 4-hour, we do have this momentum shift on the 4-hour right here. I could actually update my zone right here. I'll show you guys. This is what I see on there. That's what I have as my nearest supply zone right there. But we are in this 4-hour demand right now. But since this 4-hour is sideways, we would have to wait for a daily demand zone to look to go long in. So maybe I will just highlight this area and look for some sort of 1 hour confirmation in there, maybe 4 hour confirmation. You know, as far as a 4 hour goes, we're in this one that was kind of broken, not really. This one is tested already. That would have been a very nice buy. So right now I'm kind of sitting on my toes. What I'm waiting for on oil is something like this, for this zone to be broken, make new highs, and get a nice buying opportunity like that. Alright everyone, thanks again for watching this week's Forex forecast. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and hit that subscribe button as well if you don't mind. I really appreciate all the support. Let me know in the comments down below what pairs you're looking at this week, and maybe we can get in touch and you can send me a chart and let me know what you're looking at. I always like looking at charts. So with that being said, let's have a great trading week and let's make some money. Cheers.